Right, so once again, here we are with another loco review. And today we're having a look at something brand new. It's made by Bachmann, as you can see. And the model is DCC ready, as you can also see. There's no prizes for guessing that. And this model, I've had for nearly a week now. Well, a week and a half actually. Because I got this last week in the post. And so I've only just got around to doing the video of it. I have already taken it out of the box, but I've not looked at it in detail properly. I took it out of the box to give it a run. And it is a Class 37, as you can see. But this Class 37 is different to the other two I have. Because, well, for a start, this one is in BR Blue livery. Excuse the Class 66 going in the background if you can hear it. So this one is in BR Blue livery. And also, well, the main difference to this Class 37 is the front, because this one has these split headcoat boxes, as you can see in the photo. The other two 37s just have the light configuration where they have the two lights there and the one there. And I've been after a split box 37 for a while. And so this one came up brand new on eBay, and so I grabbed it. Just had to. And so we have 32775 Class 370 BR Blue split head code 37038, and it is actually very heavy as well. And what's even cooler is I now have a full rake of BR Blue and Grey coach stock, so I can show off the BR Blue livery in true style, so I don't have to mix and match the blue coaches with maroon or whatever. Right, well, let's dive straight in there. So here we have the typical usual standard old Bachmann box that I prefer to the newer packaging. And so here we have the card insert with a photo of, well, a Class 37 split box one in BR Blue. And look at that photo, that's really nice. In fact, I want to recreate this photo. Of course, there's a Class 20 in the background, which is a domino head code one, and also there's a Class 08 in the background. Not that that matters, but you know, it's a nice photograph all the same. And then on the back you have some brief history. So the first electric Type 3, which is what this Class 37 was first known until it was given the tops number, which this one is pre-tops of 37. And so they were ordered by British Rail in 1959, and a total of 309 of these were built, powered by a 12-cylinder English Electric 12 CSVT, and they are nicknamed tractors because of the engine noises they make. And the construction took place at Vulcan Foundry in Hawthorne, Leslie Darlington, and many of the components used on the class were shared with the Class 40s and 55s, and one of the main parts used was the bogie, which was fitted to the Class 50s and the 55s. And the first Class 37 entered service in December 1960 at Stratford Shed 30A, and they are still using Class 37s today. None of the 37 zeros though run on the main line, but EWS did have some, and so did DRS, but EWS withdrew them and DRS scrapped them, because that's what DRS do. You know, they don't really give many of the locomotives to preservation, although one locomotive, 47714, was lucky. But anyway, so here we have the instructions for the Class 370 to go in my folder later. Well, it's technically the manual for it, but it's sort of instructions basically. And it's the usual stuff, we're used to it. Then you have the Collector Club flyer, not that I'm going to need it, so that goes in the bin. And then you have the guarantee. Again, I'm not going to really need that. So here's the model. So there is some details in there, so we'll have a look at these. And oh wow, we have some snow plows. and you have some lamp irons, and you also get the chain link couplings and vacuum pipes in there, so they will probably be added on later. And then you have these, which I've never seen before, and these are the frost shields, which you can fit over the grills there, like that, should you so wish. They are optional, you don't have to stick them on. I won't. Well, look at that detail, it looks like one of the magic eye patterns, that does. Yeah, but I don't really have much cause to use them, so they'll probably go into the spares box. And so all we do now is just to carefully lift the model out of the box. And there are two pieces of foam here, which is quite nice to help lever it out of the packaging. And so here we have the model in all its glory. Wow. What a beast she is. Now we do have removable couplings for a start, which I will remove this one at the front because I'm not going to really need it. So just remove it like that basically, because I'm not going to really want to use it for shunting, so I've taken that one out, and I can fit the details like the snowplows on anyway. So we have, of course, there's a grubby mark then, so I have of course kept the back one on obviously, but where do we begin? Well, for a start, she's quite heavy. There is a lot of weight in this model, which is good because we need the weight, because it helps create the traction. And without the traction, well, it wouldn't really be a proper loco. The bogie detail is very nice, as you can see. Now, regardless, none of it's painted, but we've been through this before, you can paint it yourself. Because, well, why not if you wanted to? There's nothing stopping you. But it's all there. I mean, regardless, in reality, you don't see many locos with the painted bits of detail anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But you can paint it yourself if you want to, but the detail is there, and it's actually very nice. You've got the springs, and the axle boxes, and the footsteps, which is very nice. And then you've got the fuel tank dial on the fuel tank, which is very nicely detailed, and you get a few rivets there. Speaking of rivets, you do get them on the body, as you can see. And that's the door to go into the engine to start it up, and you get some nice grills, which have a nice texture to them. And you get warning signs as well. And you've got the large grill there, which is very nice. And you've got the windows, as you can see down the side of the body. You get some more grills, of course, and that is possibly, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. That might supposed to be another dial or some sort of where the fuel goes into, I don't know. You also get some handrails there, which are put on separately, and they're very nice. And you get a nice door handle as well, with a door there. Well, obviously. You get some glazing or cab windows, which is good, along with some wipers in the windows. And there is cab interior, but it's not painted. But, oh well. And you do get a driver in the cab, in this end where the fan is, and for some reason Bachmann always seems to do that. Ugh. But anyway, you got the running number 37038 crisply printed on the side, along with the top's dialogue, as you can see there. And you've also got the accurate BR Double Arrows logo there as well, which is very nice. And you get some more grills down here, and that's the bits that open up to the front there, which you do get on both sides of the nose, or both ends, should I say rather. And that gets to, well, the bits you want to work on, if it's going in for maintenance, let's say. Sprung buffers, of course, you can't forget those. As you can see, that's the coupling hook that's already there, and you can see the holes where the detail has to go. And these are the holes where the lamp irons can go into, You do get some nice metal handrails there as well. And you get the very nicely detailed split box. Now just look at that. This is the domino version. And that is just really good. And it's really unique as well. So that is just really impressive. And you get some nice handrails on the top of them as well, as you can just about see, which are painted. And these are some other doors which allow you to open up to the front to get to any bits you want to work on. And there are lights there, but I don't think there are any working lights. But you can always fit them if you want. And then on the other side, it's practically the same details. The large grills, the door, and the other BR logo, and the warning signs and the grills. And then you get the roof. Oh, we can't forget as well the accurate BR blue livery, which is just stunning. So the roof, you get all these rivets on the top, and you get a nice etched grill, which is mesh, and there's a fan underneath, but it doesn't spin, but Bachmann don't really do that. And then you get all the panels on the top, and the exhaust where all the diesel fumes come out of, so you could weather this if you wanted to, but I'm not going to really do that. And then you get some more detail there, which is mesh. I have no idea what that is, but it's there and it's nice. That's really good. And then underneath here we get chip in 8. I'm not sure what that is. It's not fitted with a chip though, because I've already ran it, and it actually runs really smooth, as you'll see in a minute. But wow, what else is there to say about her? Well, she's perfect. You know, I can't seem to fault the detail. If we could just quickly get one of my other 37s to compare it. Okay, so here's the V-Trans model, which is the DRS blue one, 37229 John T. Jarvis. And you can see the fronts are different, if I can compare them. But also the top's different as well. Because this one has horns, as you can see, which is the DRS Blue V-Trans model. Come on, please focus. But there you go, that's the best I can get into. So, it's got the horns like it should have. The other one, the split box one, doesn't. But that is accurate because it doesn't show them on the photo. It's hard to believe this is a HD camera and yet it struggles sometimes with close-ups. Well, focusing, should I say rather, but you can see there are no horns on the top of there. And that was because the horns were located in a different place rather than being on the roof. Do excuse that racket. There's a class 60 going by. So you can just see how different these two are. Oh, and also another difference as well. This one doesn't have that circle bit, you know, the mesh detail, as you can see there, which you should just be able to see. So that's practically about it. In terms of the body, it's pretty much the same. And this was the last V-Trans model I bought actually as well. There's just a little bit of trivia. So, with nothing else left to do, let's put her on the track. Right, well there's the 4-rack of BR Blue and Grey stock, waiting in the siding to be pulled by the Class 37. And so we're now going to put the beast onto the track. So I've just pushed it back a bit. Turn the power on and give it a wiggle. wrong controller. Yeah, she works. So let's get her going. Okay, well, I will admit this isn't the fastest speed that she could go at, but all that's really mattering is running it in. So we're not really bothered about driving it too fast yet, or any faster than this, really. But she's coping really well. And bear in mind, she is new. But there isn't really any unusual noises from her, or any trouble with traction there. So there she goes through the tunnel. She's running really well. And I do like how the motor sounds almost like a diesel engine. So she comes out of the tunnel and passing the BR blue and grey coaches. And you will have noticed in some of my other videos that that section of track going up there is new, so now we have a full loop going all the way around there, which switches onto the line there. So there goes the 37 passing the seaside in which the ghosts are waving to it, the ghostly spectres of people. Then passing the engine sheds. And then going under the bridge, over the level crossing and back through the tunnel. And then she'll come out on this side. Passing over the foot crossing, which needs to be improved, and then passing the signal box. And here is where the Spitfire is, next to one of these Nissan huts, which I've built myself, and this is going to be where a military scene is going to be, which will look really nice. And so there's the station that she's already been to, and there's the Forceps there waiting to pick up its passengers. And so I've got to go in a tiny bit quicker. So even at fast speed, she still manages to cope really well, but that's what we want. So now we're going to get the 37 pulling the now full rake of BR blue and grey coach and stock, in which the bright coach there and the first class coach at the front are new and have just arrived today, on the day the review has been filmed. But we finally have a completed rake of BR Blue and Grey stock for the BR Blue diesels to pull, and so the honour's going to be taken today for the first run of the full BR Blue and Grey stock to be hauled by the new 37. So let's get it running. Oh yeah, look at that. That is just stunning. No, that just looks stunning. Just look at that. And she can cut with that easy. Okay, so what's left to say about this model? Well, all in all, it's a great model. I can't really pick any faults with it, in my opinion. It's a great hauler. Stunning detail, and if you have a rake of BR Blue and Grey stock, then it looks even better pulling them. So that pretty much brings the end to this review. So, thank you for watching, I'll see you again soon.